Good evening, everyone. This is Jomar again. I will be sharing with you tonight the different, like, observed behavior during the interview. But before going to that, just to give everyone a knowledge on who am I. So I am one of the faculty members in one of the universities here in Cebu, Philippines. I've been in the academy for 13 years. I've been teaching, or I'm teaching rather. I'm teaching programming, uh, project management, integration, and many subjects that I'm actually handling on. And also, I am a full-time project manager, scrum master. I've been in the industry for almost or for 8 years. Started with development or developer, and moving on to the analyst, moving on, like, project manager, product owner. So I've been through a lot. So with this number of, like, positions that I handled before, and with the experience with in the different industries, I and exposure to a lot of interviews of the different applicants, I actually got several, not so good behavior that we need to be corrected. So the intention of this video today is this is intended for those who are planning to apply for a job. I'm actually writing several articles on Medium. I even posted it also on LinkedIn, and also posted it on my Facebook. Like, you can just follow my page. It's Jom the writer, and on my LinkedIn it's Jomar B Kulao. You can find it there, and also from in LinkedIn on the list of articles. I'm also creating different articles there, and this is one of the topics that I actually created. So these are the tips, or these are the behaviors that I actually observe that are considered not so good for applying for a job. Most of my applicants are software engineers because I'm in the software industry, and I've listed here around six unacceptable behavior that I observed during the interview. The first one is, as an applicant, you should look into the eye of the interviewer. You should show to the interviewer how sincere are you, because some during the interview, when we ask you, like, can you please tell me about your experiences, some will say, like, oh, I came from, I do this, I do that, or I do this, I do that. Like, they usually look at the ceiling, the floor, their hands, the other side. I'm not sure what's the problem. Maybe they don't like my face, or they're just shy, but I cannot feel the sincerity. So always, like, it's no it is not a requirement for you to always keep on looking on the eye of the interviewer, but at least, like, spend time looking at the interviewer's eye, because that is one of our, you know uh checking point if you are really, like, sincere in your application. The second is difficulty in expressing your thoughts. So this is important. Usually in the interview process is we are asking the applicant to do some technical exam where we will be giving problems. We ask them to write codes on the board, and then we will let them explain it, or I will ask a situation, and then they will have to explain how are they going to solve that situation. So they find it difficult to explain. They can even point out, like, what's the root of it. I'm not sure if they have difficulty in speaking English, because mostly here in the Philippines, when we do an interview, especially in a company, it's a global company. We English is our medium of communication here. So we are expecting our applicants to also, like, speak in English. And if we're going to write programs, if we're going to read documentation coming from the analyst, so most of these documentations are actually written in English, or not. I think most is not the appropriate. All of these documentations are written in English, and you also have to communicate with our clients. It is a fact that not all our clients in the Philippines are really coming from the Philippines. These are coming from the other countries, so they cannot speak Tagalog, they cannot speak Cebuano, so we should follow what language they're speaking on. The third one is, like, late in coming into the interview. Interview will start, like, for example, start at 1 p.m. And sometimes I even had this experience when I called the recruiter, like, where's the applicant? The interview is supposed to be at 1 p.m., but where is he? And then around 1:30 they just texted me or called me like, oh, I might be late, I'm stuck in traffic. Oh my god, you're just showing me that behavior that that made me turned off. How can I hire that kind of applicant if in the first place during the interview you're not showing early, prior to the interview? So be in the office like 30 minutes or 15 minutes before the interview. Why? For you to feel the environment. And during the interview, you can feel like I'm home. I can speak well. I can talk well here because like, you know, you just have to feel first the environment before going into the actual interview. So don't rush. Be there early and come early, and of course, you know, take some rest before going into the interview. The third one is not asking questions. This is very important. Asking questions that shows how are you going to communicate with us once we will hire you. Another thing is how, like, what are you, if you're interested with the position or you're interested with the company. By asking question, it actually like show, you are showing us that you're really interested. How are you going to formulate your questions? As an engineer, as a developer, it is important that you should know how to formulate your question. And 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 it and of course, and our responsibility to answer your well. But of course, if there are questions that are not answerable during that time, like for example, if you're asking how much is how much is my salary if I get regularized, I don't know yet. So of course, I have to be polite in answering you that I'll get back to you. I still have to check with my HR, or if the process is not determined yet, like we don't know really, depending on your performance, we will explain it. So just make sure to ask your questions. Mm, anyway, if your questions are actually below the belt, of course, we will tell you that we cannot answer that for now. But I don't think so you will ask that. So just show us that you're interested and you really like to be in this company. The fifth one is overconfidence. It's okay to show how confident you are. But of course, evaluate your skills before acting like super confident, right? So, you know, it would sometimes like it will lead us to, you know, feel different. Like I don't really like people who are very overconfident, and because like I am always thinking that this kind of people, these are difficult to handle with once they are in the production. So just be yourself. Like always, like remember that you're still applying for the job. Just show me your skills. Show me what you've got without showing like over. Just enough. Enough for me to accept you. And the last one is like not conducting research about the company. At least you've read our website. You know what's the product of the company. You know where are the offices of the company, and you know like basically the website. I even remember I interviewed this one of the applicants, and he actually reviewed the website. He's applying for a QA position. He even like, you know, QA'd our website, and he told us, I saw one incorrect spelling on your website, and that impressed me. You know, he really did well because he knows he is applying for a QA position, and of course he need to show us that he is really deserving to be a quality assurance engineer. And he did his best. He reviewed the website and he gave us that tips. So I think those are the most common behaviors that are really not good when applying for a job. So let me repeat it again. Number one, um, always you stop like looking at the ceiling. Always look on the eye of the interviewer. Then difficulty in expressing your thoughts, make sure you can express it well. Then do not be late in coming into the interview. Then you should ask questions, and of course be it's okay to be confident but not overconfident. Then do some research on the company what is the company's background of the company that you're applying for. I think that's it for today. So thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Medium It's again, it's Jomar Bicolao. Or you can also like search on my page on Facebook. I have different articles there, like Jom the Writer. Or you can check on me on LinkedIn. I have several articles written. Thank you very much. Until next time. Thanks, everyone.